I'm Matt from the Pickleball Clinic, and today I'm going to show you guys how to hit the topspin roll or topspin dink. In the modern game, generating spin is becoming more and more important, especially with the ever-evolving paddle technology that we now have. Because of this, players are now looking to add more spin and offense to their dinks. One of the most offensive dinks that we can hit is a topspin roll or a topspin forehand dink. This is where I'm standing at the kitchen line, and instead of hitting a regular flat dink, I'm coming under the ball and generating spin, looking to push my opponent off the court with it. I'm hitting these shots from a setup position, and I'm using them to try to get the ball deep in the kitchen, push my opponent back and out of position so I can eventually get a speed up and work the point. Topspin is beneficial for us because it pushes the ball forward off the bounce and also causes it to go down in the air. So when the ball is spinning forward, it's going to come down a little bit faster and it's going to shoot forward at our opponents, giving it more perceived weight and forcing us to hit off our back foot sometimes if we're not prepared for it. This means that topspin is going to be offensive. If we can get a lot of topspin on the ball, it's going to make our opponents very uncomfortable. In order to create topspin, we have to be aware that we are coming from under the ball and brushing up on it. Spin is generated by friction between the paddle and the ball. In whichever direction the paddle is moving, that's the way the spin is going to be imparted on the ball. So if I swing under and up, that's going to create my topspin. So the first thing that we want to look out for when we're creating our topspin on our dinks is we want to make sure that we're getting under the ball. So when I'm in position for my dink and preparing for it, I'm going to make sure that I'm dropping my paddle head under the level of the ball. So if I'm making contact with the ball here, I have to make sure that I'm starting my paddle lower than the ball so I have room to come up and over it. So that's going to be our first tip, getting under the ball, and then from there we come up. Everything when we're creating topspin has to be under and up. Our second tip is to make sure that we're hitting the ball out in front. If we're looking to hit an offensive topspin dink, we have to be hitting out in front of our bodies as opposed to hitting behind us. Anytime we're hitting behind, we're generally on defense and don't have room to hit an offensive shot. But if I'm out here and I'm waiting for the ball, I have way more control over my swing pattern and can therefore go on offense a little bit easier. So when I'm going for this swing, I need to make sure that I'm on my toes, I have a nice athletic stance, and I'm in a perfect position to get the ball right out in front of my body. My ideal contact point for a topspin dink is going to be 6 inches to a foot right in front of my feet. So I'm out here, coming under, and then I'm rolling up, and everything is out in front of my body. You can see that I'm reaching into the kitchen, I'm reaching over the kitchen line to make contact. And our third tip is to make sure that we're using the right muscles to generate our topspin. When we're hitting topspin dinks, we want our spin to come from our shoulder coming up and our forearm turning over the ball. So my motion is going to look like this, where my shoulder lifts and my forearm turns. What I want to avoid is hitting with my wrist. A lot of players, especially those with a tennis background, are going to be inclined to flick their wrist as they swing so that they cover over the ball. If you notice when I do this, my paddle face goes down and I have a quick snap with my paddle. I, one, am going to cause the ball to go into the net when I do that, and two, going to totally lose control of it. We want to use our larger muscles because our wrist is a small, weak muscle, so we want to use our larger muscles like our shoulder in order to control the swing and get the ball to our target. So under and up, using our forearm and shoulder. And then you'll notice when I finish as a bonus, I'm not finishing over the ball like this. I'm finishing with my paddle face still square to my target. My paddle is still perpendicular with the ground when I finish my swing. I am not coming over it. I lose control when I flick.